they're both red. There we
Okay.
go. There it is.
Okay. And then
I
you
have a
have a
black.
feed
I
on
have a
YouTube
black
now.
screen.
And that
There.
will take a few seconds. So once you press go live,
Yeah, there it is.
let's
So we're
see.
so we're live now.
Uh
And
huh.
hey everybody, how y'all doing? I don't know if we're live officially, but we're gonna be live whether we like it or not because my name is Corey Sanders and I go by the name of Tall Boy, and I got my friend from Utah, Joe, helping me out with this testing. And I don't know if you can see me or if you can't, but we're testing out this software, and I hear audio, and we're sounds like we're good. So now here's the
Yeah.
question. Here's the question that I have. These streams are good right now because it's in the red, and I want to kind of have a conversation for a quick minute and just see if anything switches over to yellow or if it switches over to orange or something like that, because that's what I've been doing. So hey, Lisa Marie, how you doing? Hey, Sammy Superstar. Yeah, I know I'm live. And this is from VMix. So I have Joe here helping me from Utah with the audio, because remember this past Wednesday we had a jacked up show. And so I had a VMix professional come on live with me and make sure that I was good to go. Lisa says, I know I'm supposed to be rehearsing my script, but this is a pleasant distraction. It looks good. All right, well, Lisa Marie, you know what? I have no hatred against that, and all I'm gonna say is,
Ow.
so I love that. So this is what? Why is it in 720p? I'm not in 720p. Maybe Joe's in 720 because he's using. Are you using your phone or are you using your?
I'm using my computer. That's probably 720p. It's an old MacBook Pro right now. So
Okay, so let me ask you this: for people who have MacBook Pros or MacBooks and they come in on vMix Call, like the service that you're using right now, let me ask you: is it okay for them to use 720p? I mean, use vMix Call with a MacBook? And if so, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, does it really matter?
it doesn't really matter. The thing is, this camera, I'm pretty sure is 720p, is not on 1080, so the quality the best. But I think her question was, why is the stream on YouTube 720? That might be related to the settings you're sending out from vMix, your project, and whatever you're sending out from vMix.
Ah, okay. So I'm sending
So if
something
you
out.
have it set for 720, they're
It's
gonna
gonna
be
push
able
it.
to see
It's gonna push.
720 on
It's
their
gonna
end.
push out 720. But hold on, let me look at the settings in the bottom. I'm pushing out 1080 30. That's what I'm pushing out.
Yeah, so YouTube should be receiving 1080 30. My resolution might look like 720
Right.
on the
Yeah.
camera.
Your resolution is 720, but my resolution looks good. It should my stream is saying 1080. So Sammy, I'm not sure. He says the stream says it's in 720. I don't know. But we're testing because we can't have these problems on Wednesday. And I just needed to find some time to figure out what's going on, what's wrong, because normally what happens is the stream kind of buffers, and we have. He's saying, "Oh, okay." So the stream kind of buffers, and then you guys stay with me, and then when we come back on, there's no problem. Now, let me ask you: if you have multiple tabs open on your computer, does that matter, or does that affect the stream? Like, because what I do is I have
Uh,
news articles that I read, and such as this. Well, why are you not? Oh, you're not on that number. Give me 1 second. So while this is, I want to give you an
mhm.
example of what I do.
Okay.
Let me see. So bear with me as we do it. And I guess as best practices, I have a question with best practices. Right now, you see me looking down at the monitor as opposed to looking at the camera right now. As a producer,
Hmm.
um, how do you normally do it? Well, you're not
Well,
probably
as
on
a
camera. You
producer, I'm
probably have.
usually not on camera, so
All
I
right,
can
so
look wherever I want.
All right, so let me see. So this is what I would do if we were on the show. We would have an article up just like this, similar to this,
Okay.
and then I would literally read the article with, I would say I have about 6 or 7 tabs that are open, and then with
Mm,
the 6 or 7 tabs are open, I would set my timer, and then when I set the timer, we would read the articles, start countdown. So we see that the timer has started, and then I read the articles. So does that affect the buffering when I have, say, this Gizmodo article with 4 other articles, plus my spin wheel and
mm.
vmix social, like with about 6 to 8 tabs open on my computer, would that affect my stream?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. If you're using Google Chrome is known for being a RAM eater. So the more tabs you have open, the worse the performance of your RAM will be because Chrome's using that a lot. But 8 tabs shouldn't be a problem. I've had more than that before and nothing happened. So
Okay, so with
you
that
should be
being
good with that.
said, we know that that's the case. So he has a Mac and I'm using a PC. Right, Sammy. I'm using the Mac. Excuse me. He's using the Mac. Everybody knows I'm not a Mac guy. Let me see something. I'm turning on this other laptop. Somebody says it looks good. Just sent you a Facebook photo. That's what somebody said. So apparently it's I guess the quality of the stream. I guess I'm not sure. Let me see. I want to see
Do
if
you
we
want to
can.
send me the link for that stream so I can see here on
Oh,
my end what it looks like?
let me see. I can send you the link. That's no problem. YouTube, the Lab Tech Show, and here's the link here for you. No, I don't want to close. So bear with us. Like I said, I'm just testing because I don't want these problems on Wednesday. So if we have problems on Wednesday, can we blame Joe? No, I'm just
Don't.
it's like no. Let me see. So here is the link for you to watch and see what this is. So like my laptop is loading very slowly right now, and I don't know why that is.
Oh, so you are on a laptop and not a tower PC, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so there it is. It's coming up. So it's just taking a minute for it to load up. The switch tabs. Now that I've switched it, there's the YouTube link that should hit your browser, or excuse me, hit your messenger. And then
Okay.
now I'll go back over to vmix and I'll close this out. And then I'll go back over to vmix social, swing it over here to my other monitor.
Okay, gonna send the stream to my TV. Let me see how it looks like on 4.
So Lisa says it looks good. All right, there you go, Lisa. I thank you. And Sammy says it's okay, but as a streaming person, that has been a streaming for the last 6 years. I might be a it might bug some pro streamers. LOL. Okay, well, I'm Sammy. I'm testing, so I'm trying to get it right.
All right, I have it here on my TV on 4K right now, and it looks great.
Okay, so
And
and then Lisa says, so I'm watching on my phone and PC, and it all looks good. Okay, so let me ask you this: is there a way with vMix Social that I can have the comments pop up on vMix Social on the Stream Deck? Like trigger it from the Stream Deck as opposed to like going to the comments to the left and the right, like reading them. Is there a way to trigger the Stream
yeah,
Deck comment?
yeah. How do they? I haven't used Remix Social a whole lot. How do they come? How do you have the input? Is it a separate input mix?
Yeah, so it's a whole different software. So it's not
Okay, I know
inside.
the software. I played around with it, but how does it come into Vmix? Does it come as an input for Vmix? Do you have it
I
as an
have it.
input on your
I
board
have it
there?
coming in on channel 3. You know where it says quick play, cut, fade, merge, zoom, cube, FTB. and then it's 1, 2, 3. So I have it coming in now.
Okay.
So it's coming in on my third channel underneath that.
All right. So basically, what you're doing is an overlay.
Hmm.
So yeah, you just have to create a trigger for overlay. You go into the shortcuts and create a shortcut that's activate overlay. So you can use a Stream Deck for that.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, and then you select. Wait, I can show you here. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me grab my laptop charger because I ran a 13-hour show yesterday and it's about to die.
No, no, no
So I just need
problem.
to run down to my garage real quick.
No, so go ahead, handle your business. While you run to the garage, I'll take you off the screen, and I will go ahead and do this.
All right.
All right, guys. So, Lisa, thank you for hanging out with me. I definitely appreciate it. You should be working on your big view. You know that that's very important. I'm looking forward to seeing some great videos from you. Okay, I'm just saying. And then, what else? So don't say
Hold up.
I need to see the videos by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Need that weekend motivation, right? So maybe I'll see if I can find while I'm testing today. I'll see if I can find some. I'll see if I can find some different um, um, sound effects. I like the sound effects that I have now, but unfortunately, I don't have the Stream Deck XL. I only have just the standard Stream Deck. So I know you don't know what that is, Lisa, but Sammy does. And basically, what it is this. So when I do my sound effects and I do all my little quirky stuff, let me see if I can get it to come through. Like I said, this is all a test. Oh, he's back. Okay, I'm just making sure he's set up. Where are we at? There we go. So this is a Stream Deck. So when I press one of these buttons,
Ow.
it literally fires off whatever you want it to fire off. So it not only does for this here, but it also can trigger your lights in your home. Um, it can also trigger. It does a lot of things: sound effects, lights in your home, and I'm not sure what some of the other things that it does. So
Can
gotta
even
figure.
make you coffee if you have a smart coffee maker.
Oh, it'll do a coffee maker.
If you have a smart coffee maker, you can press a button and it will prepare coffee for you.
Okay, well we gotta get smart coffee. Well, I don't drink coffee, so I don't need anything like that. So, what does Stephen A. Smith say?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
So, I mean, so that's what the Stream Deck does. And then now when I want to switch, okay, we're gonna get rid of this Jeopardy song. There we go. And then so if I wanted to switch him back together, am I doing it right? There we go. So now just by me pressing this button, I can literally go from here, uh-oh, to here, to here, all by pressing the button. So it's just a matter of managing the buttons and knowing what you want to fire off. So I triggered it, and so I normally have it to the right. I probably need to get a stand so it could be like eye level, and then I need to get a higher, like my right now, my laptop is sitting on a box and a photo album book, and so I probably need to have it come up because normally when I'm talking to you guys, I'm having this conversation with you here like this, but then when I'm ready to switch back and forth, I'm doing this over here. So there's just something just to I need to practice. So when I do my intros and stuff like that, so when you guys see me do the intro, this is me just literally pressing the button, and it literally fires off my show intro. And then once it fires off the show intro, I can press the button and it'll fire it right back. And then all you have to do if you want to rewind it or anything like that or hit restart, you just go into the system and you hit restart and go from there. So I normally look down like this because I'm working from the computer. So I'm producing and I'm talking. Lisa. Um, so that's I need to find a way to do better, making more eye contact with you on the show. So Joe, a little quick background. This is a tech show that I do every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you're what Mountain Time or you Pacific?
Mountain time.
So it's probably 6 o'clock your time. So every Wednesday, 6 p.m. your time, I do a tech show where we simplify technology into a language that most people, uh, to where they can understand it. So, like for example, in Texas, they had this article here that just came out this week where they talked about the days of getting pulled over by cops are over. Basically, if you sign up in their trusted driver program, believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
if you sign up in their system, when they see you break a violation, they can either text you the ticket or text you a warning, or if you're doing something right, they can give you a thumbs up and say keep up the good work. So it's a pilot program, but you can also put in like if you have a disability, if you have autism, if you're bipolar. So then that way, when they pull you over, they kind of have an idea of what they're dealing with if you're registered with their system. So it's a test pilot program. So this was just one of the topics that we did. Um, this is one of the topics that we did this week,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just saying, hey, just understand that this is a new rollout. You never know, we might start seeing this across the United States. So just be a little bit more
Yeah.
mindful of what's going on. So not only that, I
I
went to
really
listen.
hope they don't get that into Utah. Cops
uh,
here likes to give tickets for nothing. So
but if you
if you do a
sign, but
turn in
yeah,
the
if you
wrong angle, they'll give you a ticket.
in the wrong angle.
Yeah, I got stuck. I got pulled over for that.
Wow, wow. So, Elisa Marie said, for people like me, and I guess I wear many hats. So, I think she's really impressed with the Stream Deck. So the stream seems to be going perfectly fine. So I wonder if it's because I went into that private Ethernet. Remember, you told me to go into those settings because I've not seen a breakage in any of my streams.
Yeah, it might be, and the reason for that is because when you are streaming to a public internet, your firewall is working a different way, and Vmix is establishing several connections to your computer, like Vmix call and the stream, and then it's receiving information from Vmix servers and stuff like that. So when you are on a public connection, your firewall tends to block some of those connections out. If you put it
Mm.
on a private connection, you say, okay, this is all trustable, and our connections can be made here. So
Okay, so let me ask you because I had it selected in public, right? But I'm in my house on my router. So because it was selected public, it still felt as if they're going to block certain functionalities, or does it, or how does that work?
it's just the way Windows Defender works. So when you first connect to a network, if you don't select to go private, it's always going to be public because
Mm.
your computer, your laptop understands that you're trying to connect to a network in an airport or in a coffee shop or something like that. So
Okay.
that's why changing it to private gives it a more stable connection with Windows Defender. I
Okay.
would say if I have problems with the stream again, just disable Windows Defender and nothing's gonna happen anymore.
Okay. So I need to look at my Windows Defender, and I need to
Yeah,
look at making sure everything is always private. And then we fixed the audio issue. So I think it was I had one of my settings set up to where it was in broadcast. And what was the problem? It was in my I was doing broadcast instead of another sample because he was hearing himself. At first, you could not hear yourself at all, and then we had to start a new stream. And then when we started the new stream, um, we still had problems in the beginning, but then I switched over to a different setting in my mixer. So into my
yeah,
Go XLR, I switched the settings, and then all of a sudden we were good. And
yeah.
then
That's correct.
he had an audio problem, and then I think we switched them to like a different bus or something like that, a different audio bus. And then when I switched them back to the regular one, he then came in. So I guess it was just a matter of the settings being mixed up. And when people don't test with you during the week, because the number one rule to well the number well the rules to live streaming is test test test, and when people say they don't want to test, it's kind of hard, when you're 5 minutes out from a show and you're trying to troubleshoot. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, at 8 o'clock, we're not live. So unfortunately, that's what happened. We literally the show goes live promptly at 8 p.m. This show did not go live till about 8:33. So I was a little frustrated about that because we just, I'm a stickler for time. So
Hmm. And
um,
that happens often, in the industry. It's very common for them to come up with a last minute change, someone that's going to connect and don't have time to test. So it's good if you run this by yourself a few times beforehand, so you get familiar to the problems that can happen, and you
hmm
have processes to ask them questions that will lead you to the stream working fine.
right,
Uh, like today, in the case, was your audio interface was actually pulling or call audio into it and sending it back into vmix, and that's what was giving me the feedback,
okay,
which wasn't supposed to happen. So when you change the settings, that stopped working, and then the buses on vmix were working correctly.
okay. Well, we got 4 people surprisingly watching. Well, 3 people because you're the other two. So we're the other two. You're watching. I'm
Yeah,
one,
well,
and
just got
then
a call
Lisa.
from the boss, so
You gotta go.
gotta pick it up real quick.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get you off the screen. So that's Joe, and I had a problem earlier, and I reached out to the group, the Facebook group that I'm a part of, and he was not available. I mean, he was available to
Hey, Cooper,
assist.
what's up?
Oh, let me get his audio out of here. Hold on 1 second.
Good morning.
Where is he at? 95. Come on, 95. Help me, help me, help me, help me. There we go. Yeah, so I muted his audio. I don't know if he left or not. Maybe he left. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know. But we're testing, and like I said, this is what it was, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that I'm actually making sure that this show goes off without a hitch on Friday, on Wednesday. So let me see what some of the other comments. Sammy says, what does Sammy say? Sammy says, click on the settings, then click on shortcut, and then press and add the key control buttons on the Stream Deck, and then go to click on function. And then he says, then click on input and then put the vmix social input. That's how you use vmix social with Stream Deck. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll be working on that sometime this weekend. And that's why you need backup computers and also streaming softwares. You should be fine this week. Thank you, Lisa. I definitely appreciate that. I tell my guests to call 10 minutes before or 5 minutes, but my guests are content creators, so they already have a tech setup. Yeah, Sammy, you're right. So I have a rule where I have them come in at 7:20, and then they probably don't come into the room till about 7:30. 7:40, which kind of frustrates me because my thing is I'm now on limited time, and that's the problem that I experience. But most people, they tend to work with me, if that makes sense. And once they see that I'm serious, they take me a little bit more serious. So um, like I said, just testing out, making sure that this works, and I hope that you guys appreciate the effort. That's about it. I mean, it's just I'm making sure, and the reason why I'm still talking and I'm staying on as long as I am is because we've been having breakage of streams, or the streams breaking, and it's buffering, and I'm trying to figure out why are we buffering. Um, why are we buffering? So where now I'm not, today is not an important day, but Wednesday is that important day, right? So I want to make sure that if there is any buffering, why? So I'm going to probably stop this stream shortly, and then I'm going to also push out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and maybe a Facebook group and YouTube and see what that does, because I normally use another service or software. Because remember, I tell everybody, please come to YouTube, but I'm also streaming on these other platforms as well. Um, so with that being said, I just wanted to test first on YouTube to see what's the problem. And then after YouTube, I'm going to use this other software called Switchboard, and they should be pushing out a consistent stream. So um, vMix goes into a service called Switchboard, and then I have it set up to go push out to 5 different streams or 4 different streams. And then once it pushes out to those 4 different streams, what happens is it's only one stream coming from my computer, but it's 5 streams being pushed out on their servers. So I have the stress coming off of my computer and going onto their servers, and then that way people can do it. The only problem with vMix is I can only pull comments from YouTube and a Facebook page, not my personal page, but a Facebook page. So you can't bring in group comments. You can't pull in group comments or personal page comments. You can only pull them from like the lab tech show. So as I start to build this channel a little bit more and start to go on YouTube, this is what we're gonna do. So I definitely appreciate. She said I love or we appreciate all the information that you bring. I'm gonna so here's something that I've been working on. There's a software that I've been testing out, or I've been given access to, and I'm thinking about doing a meet and greet after the show. Because right now everything is live on Wednesdays, and then when the show is over with, it's over, right? And then you have your information and whatever you want to do with it. But I'm thinking about doing a meet and greet, and I haven't figured out which platform I want to use it, because I'm not making money off of this show. So the goal is to get more followers. That's why I asked you guys to please share the show, please tag a friend and that kind of good old stuff, so I can get more followers. But the goal is to eventually get some of these companies to sponsor a segment or sponsor the show. I'm trying my best to not ask for money. But I mean, you can always do the buy me a coffee at I am Tallboy, which goes straight to my PayPal account. You can always Cash App, but you never see me really promote the show asking for money, because I just honestly, genuinely want you guys to learn and win. But there's certain softwares that Sammy knows, but maybe some others don't. I mean, if you guys would like to tip the creator for providing this information, you can do that. But I don't have enough followers to be able to do it directly from YouTube, where you can tip me directly from YouTube. So since I don't have that, you have to set up other widgets or other use cases. So like right now in this frame here, you see buy me a coffee at I am Tallboy. You can go there, and then pay, or you can go to Cash App, you can go to PayPal, Stripe, or whatever. But I don't tell people those links to where it could be out there. So that's something that I'm going to be working on this year. Also, back to the original statement, I'm thinking about doing like a after show to where we can all be in the room and we can actually put the face with the name. The only problem is the software the software or the website that I was given to try this with. I think everybody is mature enough on this channel, or that are listeners and watchers. I think they're mature enough, but there's no way to kind of do like a clubhouse where you can bring somebody up on the stage. It's basically everybody in the room, and then everybody can talk at the same time if they want. And I want to be able to control that somewhat, as opposed to just having you in the room and then we're all just talking. I think people are still mature enough not to do that. And then the other program will allow me to sell subscriptions. So like, let's just say you say for $5, $1.99, $20, whatever it may be, you can come in and anybody that buys, you will get access, and then we can all chat that way. So I haven't figured out what would be the best way or the best platform. Um, what I did was, hey, Shalala La Productions. Um, how you doing, brother? I'm just testing and making sure that this stream is right because I had some problems last week. Um, what is it that I was gonna say? Back to my original thought. This last year, I took a lot of time purchasing softwares to where I can do some cool things. You're looking for a webinar format? Talk to me offline, and I may have some solutions for you. Um, I purchased a lot of software solutions to where I can even do tickets. Hey, you want to have a ticket to this show? Um, we can do it to where I can actually sell tickets to you just as if it was what's that what's that platform where you can buy tickets, online. There's a platform, it's orange. What's the name of that? I can't think of the name of it offhand. Bear with me, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. This is Eventbrite. There it is. So, yeah, so you go to eventbrite.com. So it's something like Eventbrite where I can actually say, hey, we're going to do a tech show and it costs 99 cents. It costs $5, it costs $20, however much money you want to set as the price point. You can do that. And so I have that software, and actually Shalala La Productions actually tested this format with me where you can actually go out and buy a ticket, and if you're interested, you can watch the show. So there's many ways that we can do this. And then, like you said, these last 2 weeks, you've seen me use this software called Melon to where we can live stream. I like it because I can bring in comments from Facebook, LinkedIn, the Facebook groups, and YouTube. But what I don't like is its functionality. Like this, I can go back and forth and I can have certain things pop up on the screen when I want them to pop up on the screen, such as this right here. So because I want it to pop up on the screen like this, I can do this with ease. I can do this with ease. I'm sorry for the loud noise. I wasn't expecting that. But just like this here, you see I can literally just with ease, I can press this and I can literally have it do things that I wanted to do and move the way I wanted to move. So as you can see, it's saying stand by. We will resume shortly. We're working on some things. I was able to move the scroll bar. I was able to move the scroll bar and have it scroll at the and right there in that black part as opposed to coming down at the bottom. With the other functionality, I'm not able to do all of that. It's whatever they give you, that's all you can do. So for me, this is what's important, if that makes sense. So, like I said, this is just a test because we had some problems on Wednesday. I want to make sure I have a solid stream. I probably should have recorded this show like I normally do, but I did not. It's okay. But I think I'm going to do another test shortly. And once I do that test, I'm going to test from Facebook page, LinkedIn, and YouTube and see how that works and see if I still have a solid red stream. So I need to have another guest on and see how that works. So I'm going to see if I can get somebody to come on and just kind of hang out with me for a few minutes as I do this. But these are some of the things that I would like to do for 2022. Micro content is very, very big, and I'm testing some things on micro content because I need to build up this YouTube page, and I think I'm gonna start posting on YouTube and then just sharing that link as opposed to just natively giving that video to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Instagram I can give natively, no problem, but Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm just gonna give you the YouTube link as opposed to just uploading it natively. And I know people watch more video, but people don't like to click and then be taken to YouTube, if that makes sense. So you ask people to click the link in the bio or click here. Some people don't like to click; they just want the video just to start automatically rolling. Because most people, when you scroll on your phone, as you're scrolling, what happens? If you see a video, you're more likely to stop as opposed to seeing a picture and then clicking to see more. Most people don't want to do that. So until I get some help, which I need help, I'm open to anyone willing to help out with some social media postings and helping me create more. I'm open to that, if that makes sense. I need help. Like I'm trying to really build this up, and I will. We can discuss the details. I'm going to be honest. There's no money because I don't make money off the show. So there's no money afforded or allotted for this budget. I mean, for this project. So I don't like to ask people when I can't pay them. So, but if you're open to saying, hey, you know what, I'll give you 90 days. I'll give you 120 days to do this. Just remember, we're only doing a show once a week. So I literally post to Roku, Amazon, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, Instagram, and then so YouTube gets cut out with the micro content. And that's not good because what? YouTube is where I need more followers, I need more viewers. I was looking at the statistics the other day. To get monetized, you need 1,000 followers and you need 400 watch hours. So if you get 400 watch hours and you get 1,000 followers, you can start getting monetized. One of the things that I saw the other day was all these shows that we've done this last year all had copyright claims. Why? Because the intro music was through another software, Epidemic Sound, that I was using. And when I was using that software, that intro music where you see in the countdown, it wasn't associated with this YouTube account. It's associated with my personal YouTube account. And unfortunately, it's considered a copyright claim. So basically, I won't be able to monetize any of those videos. So that's why you heard this new song that we have as an intro. I literally purchased another service, which was a lot more cheaper than the one that I'm currently using. And what I did was I said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to find a new intro countdown. And let me see if I can find the song. What did I do with it? I had it earlier. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can find the song, so bear with me. I can play it, but then the countdown timer will come up, and I don't want that to come up. So what is the name of that song? I don't know what I did with it. Hold on. Is that it? Oh, here we go. So this is the new intro song that we're going to be doing moving forward. Uh-oh. Why is it not firing off? Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. So this is the new intro song that we have here. A little upbeat, jazzy beat. That's what it is. This background that I have here. This background here, I'm debating whether or not I want to change it. So I'm debating whether or not I want to change this background from gold to another color. But I think with the logo, which it should have been in here, but it's not in the system, so I might as well go ahead and upload that right now. The logo, this is really good. The stream has not broken not one time right now. So if we have any problems on Wednesday, Lisa Marie, And Sammy and Shalala and anybody else that's watching, if that stream breaks, you guys know I sat on here for at least 30 minutes and we have not had a breakage today. You guys, as my witness, knows that there was no breakage. So I will be very disappointed if I see that this week. Let's see where else. Where are we at? Downloads. I'm trying to see where did I put it at. Desktop. There we go. And then where are we at? So I have to do a better job of my eyes not being down on the computer. So I'm probably gonna have to find a stand to raise the computer up a little bit more as opposed to what I'm doing, or get another box, either or, and bring it up because I'm seeing myself constantly do this here, and that's not good. So that's something that I will work on in the next 90 days outside of the other personal things that I have going on in the world, that we're trying to make sure life still continues to move frequently, or move normally, shall we say. So yeah, this is the new logo. And there's some more tweaks I want to make with the logo, but right now this is what we have. And once I get some tweaks done to it, I think I'm gonna do something else with it. But this is the logo. And so that's what we got there. So that's the logo, and so there's some cool things that we can do with it. So like I said, right now you saw, I need to figure that out. Cool update. Oops, typo. Meant to ask if you were looking for webinar solutions for your tech challenges. I don't know if it was webinar solutions. No, I don't want to do a webinar. I want to do. I want a production feel as if it's a TV show. That's what I'm looking for. So as you can see, this is what I did with the logo here, and I put it inside of here. And so you saw that on my Instagram, you saw that on my Facebook. So there's some things that we can do with this logo. It's just a matter of making it happen. And I think with the thumbnails, I think you saw the thumbnail that I used last week. Not sure. I'm trying to see if I can find it real briefly. Let's see what we have. Let's see. So I did this. I did this the other day, and I like this with that spotlight of the logo. So with that spotlight of the logo, now you can make people feel like that they're a little bit more. It's just a little intricate things. But as you can see, I've now put the spotlight here, if that makes sense. So remember we talked about the Taco Bell subscription. Well, guess what? We got the spotlight here. I don't know, it may be too many brown borders or whatever you call that in the background. But you can see I'm powered by vMix, powered by Melon. In the bottom right hand corner, you see it's the Lab Tech Show, Talking Tech. But you see the spotlight. So it's little small, intricate things that I care about or that's important to me to say, hey, thanks, Shalala. He says, ooh, I like the logo. So that's pretty dope that you see. He's like, ooh. So Lisa Marie says, I like it. And Shalala says, cool update. Yeah, so no, the webinar solution, to answer that question, I'm thinking about having an after show because one of the members that follows this show, I talk to her every Wednesday after the show. And the cool thing about it is, and it's Mama D. So come to find out, Mama D and I were family and did not know that, right? We literally linked the week after my birthday. And she came to Atlanta and I met with her and I called my family member, and they said, yeah, that's your actual, cousin. And I was like, really? Okay. And then we've literally connected ever since. And every Wednesday after the show, we literally talk. Well, she said that she spoke with Lisa Maria via chat, and she said that Lisa Maria responded back, and she thought that that was pretty cool. And it's like, well, why don't we just put the face with the names with each other, and let's start building a relationship with one another. And then that way, like I said, I'm all for connecting, because you never know how somebody can help the other. So Mama D don't know nothing about her stuff. Lisa Maria don't know nothing about her stuff, but now y'all come together and come into the show, and it's like y'all both are learning. But then now, guess what? Y'all might have some other things in common. Sammy and somebody else may come onto the show, and or Shalalala comes onto the show, and next thing you know, you're connecting, and you never know how everyone can help each other. So even though people are coming from all over the world coming onto the internet on Wednesday, it really means a lot to hear that you guys are connecting. And my thing was, as far as that live webinar, it's one of those things where I want to be able to control it a little bit, but not too much. So if I did the webinar, it's something to play with, and we can either do it from a work from, or I just have to test it. And I'm going to probably ask you guys, would you guys be interested in testing some software with me? I think one of the softwares may not be too friendly with cell phones, and that's why I have been hesitant, but we're going to figure it out going into 2022 together. So that's kind of like what the updates are. So there's a lot of softwares that I really took some time. I did a lot of research on, and I said I'm going to invest in these softwares. And I even have it set up to where I can even pre-record this show. You wouldn't even know that it was live outside of knowing that I'm not commenting. And it was even brought to my attention to use that software next week if this does this to me. And then I can comment with you live in the show, but it takes the fun away of the interaction. And that's what I don't want. I want the interaction. But if I keep getting a breakage in streams, that's a problem. So maybe we need to start pre-recording, and I'm not willing to give up doing live right now. So I think live is where it's at, not pre-recorded. Even though this would look live, I could literally be in the comments commenting with you as you guys have questions. We can have the guests commenting in the questions, but we pre-recorded the show. I don't know if I like that or not. So just something to think about, and then go from there. So that's the live webinar. Shalala, you may know about it. I know Lisa Marie would not, but it was called OneStream. So basically, that service will allow you to pre-record if that's something that you're interested in. So, and then there's some other softwares that allow us to do some other cool things. Lisa Marie loves Big View. I'm trying to get her to do some more Big View videos. Come on, Lisa Marie. Come on. Come on, Lisa Marie.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hold up.
So, yeah. So we're going to find a way to get Lisa Marie to get her Big View videos out here, okay? I'm just saying. We don't want to hear this, we don't want to. We don't want to hear any problems. All right, and you can't say
coronavirus. Shit is real. Shit is getting real. Shit is real.
So come on now. So yeah, we can't have any of these problems. She says no breakage, no breakage.
Ow.
I love it. So I thank you guys. I'm going to stop this stream. I'm going to grab me something to drink real quick, and then I'm going to come back probably within 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to try it from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube all at the same time, but I probably won't stay on as long as I did with this one. So I definitely thank you guys for commenting, letting me see stuff. She says, I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. But I definitely thank you guys for helping me, staying on, and making sure that this show was right. The goal is to get more tech companies to come onto this show. The goal is to tell these stories, and we're all going to be real with it, okay? And we're going to simplify it in a language that you understand. So that's the goal. We're just testing, and just want to make sure that there's no breakage. And clearly, I think what I had wrong was I was on a public, I was on the public network instead of a private network. That's the only thing that we really switched outside of the audio problems that we had. And I don't know why the stream would not go live on Wednesday, but for whatever reason, we had some problems when we first started, but because I was actually live for about 10 minutes, but it was not firing off in YouTube, but then I saw what I did wrong. So there's some mental notes that I need to take. So I need an assistant that knows how to do all of this stuff, and maybe I can find somebody here in the Atlanta area that can have some things. It's like because of COVID, you don't feel comfortable bringing people in your home, right? Then the second part of it is like you got to give people an opportunity if they want to learn. So it's just a matter of just finding a connection, and but there's some things that if people are open to wanting to assist, maybe we can find a way to make it work for each other, and we'll go from there. Because I just really believe that this is something that has the potential of being very, very big. There's other tech shows that's out there. Not going to take anything away from them, but I just think the biggest thing is I'm just trying to simplify it, and I'm not asking anybody to do anything, but I also know that we ain't crazy. We need to make some money as well. So I believe in this, and I know that I need 1,000 followers. I need 400 watch hours, and if people want to find a way to tip and all that great stuff, like I said, that screen right there, buy me a coffee, the PayPal. Maybe I'll create something to say ways to give or something like that. Maybe I'll come up with maybe I'll find a way. Excuse me. Maybe I'll find a way to make it all happen. So it seems like my voice and my throat is kind of parched. So it's time for me to get up. All right. So it's nice seeing y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. We were just testing, but my throat started messing up, and it's time to go get something to drink. So here's the outro. Rotate.